Okay, let's start a reading vlog. So, I have been listening to the audiobook of Kindred, and like, holy smokes, because like this woman from the 1970s, I believe it is. I think that's when the book was written, as well as by Octavia E. Butler. She's very popular. Like, I guess it's now a modern classic. Interesting phrase to be saying in the first place, but I've been listening to the audiobook of this, and it's like sad in a way, because there's just so much violence. Like, she keeps getting basically like teleported back into time to like help, I guess, her ancestors exist, really, because her ancestor ended up being like a white boy that was obsessed with a black woman, and that apparently that's her lineage, and so she had to kind of, she keeps getting like shooped back into time, I guess, to make sure that he lives and that she lives, and that, you know, that her lineage actually happens, which is crazy. It's really crazy. And her husband even gets sucked back in with her at one point. And so, yeah, I don't know. It's getting crazy. Like, is she even gonna be able to find him again? I don't know. I don't know. But like, it's very interesting, very sad, because obviously, our main character, she is a black woman, and so she keeps getting sent back to the antebellum South. And so, you know, there's a lot of like, oh, are you a slave? Are you this? Are you like, and then, you know, she like doesn't have any rights as a woman, doesn't have any rights as a black woman, especially. It's like really bad. So, you know, it's not a fun time. Like, you know, people be like, "Oh, time traveling is so fun." I'm like, not like that. Not like that. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It is not a fun time. These are not fun travels back. And then like she keeps coming back with like bruises and everything, and everybody keeps thinking her husband is beating her. That's like, you know, and he's not even the one that's doing it. And that's what makes it even more sad, is that like he's getting accused of doing all this shit to her, and like he's not the one that's doing it to her. But, you know, for the sake of modern day, like, how can you tell somebody that you're just like, you know, nobody's gonna believe you, and they're gonna think that you're crazy, and you're gonna end up in a place that you don't want to be. So, anyways, yeah, it's just like she's in a sticky situation, I would say, and I don't know, like, hopefully it stops happening. We don't know why it's happening, other than it seems to be to like preserve her family line, but like, hopefully it stops happening without, you know, dire consequences. Because this is just not good. It's just not good. It's not a good time. So, anyways, that's what's happening there. And then, I also started reading with the audiobook Heavenly Bodies. And, like, holy shit, this book goes so fast. I feel like you get thrown in immediately, and then they just, like, you're kind of finding out, like, little by little, like, our main character's backstory. So, our main character, she is like the princess of one of the realms, although like her parents were killed. Like, that's what happened at the very beginning, technically. Her parents were murdered. You know that, but like they kind of tell you bit by bit how that happened and what's happening, and it's just like she's just not having a very good time. But at the same time, she's like she's getting trained to be a weapon and in a different kingdom, because they want to get rid of the stars. That's what they call them. It's like they're gods, but the gods are basically like if the planets in the zodiac were gods, which they are technically kind of named after them anyway. So yeah, but they're like renamed. So instead of like Pisces, we have Piscea, I think, is like her goddess, but that goddess is asleep, and so I don't know, it's like a weird system, but yeah, their gods are real. They call them stars, and they're wreaking havoc. There's like a prophecy that she's involved in, and it's kind of like messing up her whole life. So it's like really rough, but like, I don't know. When I started reading it, I was like, wait, did I miss something? Like, I was like thrown for a loop, because I was like, I was like rechecking the first chapter, like rereading it physically after listening to the audiobook, because I was like, what did I miss? Like, did they not like, did I miss the explanation of what the hell just happened? No, I hadn't. Like, it's one of those where like you really are just finding out as you go, and like it's just like I feel like I started this book and it's just been dragging me at like the fastest speed ever. Like, this is a very fast paced situation. But at the same time, like, she's like, some of it is, I don't know, it still feels fast paced because then like she's like going through training and like learning how to use like her abilities better, because everybody has magic based on like whatever god or whichever kingdom they're born into, which I guess there's 12 kingdoms for the 12 zodiac signs. So it's very interesting, and her world seems to be very dark, but then she ends up in like basically the Leo kingdom, except it's called something else. But basically she's in there. So, you know, there's a lot of the light, and then but she's from the dark area, and that has like dreamy type and like shadow magic and dream magic and stuff like that. So it's interesting. It's an interesting time. Although I have to say, one of her abilities is to dream walk. And you know how some people be having like sex dreams? And so she walked in on one of them where they were having a dream about her. And I was just like, no, absolutely not. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm. I was just... Couldn't be me, bro. Couldn't be me. Absolutely not. No, thank you. But yeah. So that was really cringe. I was just like, oh god. I would be taking a few nights off after that. Like, nope. Mm-mm. Foul. Absolutely not. But so you know, she's considered attractive in this world. If you were wondering. But so yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah. She's being trained to help kill God after being kidnapped. So her kidnappers are training her, which seems counterintuitive, but also it's like it makes sense when you're reading it. Like there's reasons, but I don't want to tell like too many reasons, but it's a mess. Her life is a very sad mess, honestly. She's not having, I mean, you know, under the circumstances, it could be worse, but, you know, she's having a time. A time is being had. So, those are the books that I am currently reading, and, I'm gonna get back to Glint soon, and read some more of that as well. But I didn't read a whole bunch last night, so I don't have a whole lot of updates for that, but I am going to continue with Glint as well, so we'll see how that one goes. Okay, we're gonna do these updates with my skincare on, so I'm going to continue applying masks. So I have put on a foot mask, which smells really good. And then I'm gonna put on this, like, it's kind of like a nose strip, except it's not gonna pull anything out, I think. I think it's just for moisture. I hope so, because I'm not in the mood to be ripping shit out of my face today. So we're gonna put this depuffing eye patch that seems to go all across here and up here, which is crazy to me. And then I'm gonna put on this hand mask and hope that I can still hold up this book while I talk. But anyways, I woke up and my skin decided that it is rebelling for some reason, so we gotta do something. So here we go. Anyways, so I finished, hopefully that works. So I finished reading Kindred, and that book predictably had like an upsetting ending, okay? Like, did we think it was going to be a fun book? No, it was very apparent from the very beginning that it was going to be messed up. And yeah, it delivered on that. It certainly did. So that has been an interesting time. That book, like, you know, just reaffirmed that it's nice that I am not alive in that time frame. Nope. Women did not have really rights, but especially black people did not have rights because, you know, it was during slavery. This whole book is like she went back in time during the slavery times, and that is not a time frame that you want to be alive in. I mean, like, I feel like, some people are like, oh, it wouldn't be so bad if you were, like, the slave owner or whatever. I'm like, first off, why do you want to be comfortable with hurting people like that? Second off, the medicine of that time frame was also very trash. Like, I mean, they did describe some of the, like, medicinal practices. It was like letting blood out was supposed to fix things, and I'm like, we know now that that is very incorrect and actually very bad. So, there was just, it was not a good time to be alive in general. There was just a lot of bad practices. But, like, what can you do? Some things are out of your hands, but other things, like our main character, every time she goes back, it's at different frames in the white boy's life that he's growing up, and he owns the plantation, and so she has to deal with his bullshit. And, he makes a lot of promises that he doesn't keep, and he's generally abusive, and he's just not a good person, okay? Like, he just takes what he wants because he thinks it's entitled to him, and just, it's ugly. It's very ugly, the things that he does to the people that he claims to care about. His idea of love is very perverted and twisted and just not great. Not great at all. And it's just not a good time. It's just not a good time. Like, no. So, anyways, I mean, I still gave that book like 4 stars because it does, does show you a lot of messed up stuff that happened then. I mean, there's definitely, I feel like this book didn't even go as hard as it could have gone. Because honestly, like, that time frame, people were just horrible. Like, women are not considered whole ass people, especially anybody of color. And then, there's like, even if you're free, like, some people were free, but, they would just like rip up your papers. Like, they do bring that up. Like, they would just rip up your papers and be like, well, you're my slave now. Like, that's horrible and horrendous. And it's just ugly. It was just an ugly, ugly time. But yeah, I gave it 4 stars because it did, even though it was like a hard read, and just like, I'm very glad that we are not doing this level of shit today, even though, some people seem to think that was the shit, and I'm like, it doesn't seem like it was a good time for anybody. Like, I mean, not even the people in charge, just because of the bullshit. Like, when you do that and you're ugly to everybody, will you ever know real love? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how, if you treat everybody like shit, how can you expect somebody to love you? Like, truly. So, it's just, it was, nobody should be like that. You should not be trying to own people and treating people like subhuman, like they're animals, like they're property. It's so gross. So anyways, with all my weird shit on. But like, yeah, I'm just glad that for the most part, I mean, we still have progress to be making, but for the most part, a lot of people are realizing that that's just not how you need to be acting toward other people. Not if you want to have like a genuine community, you want people to care for you, you have to show care too. But yeah, there was a lot of people really showing their whole asses in this book. So, and yeah, I'm just like, it's messed up. Like, every single time she went back in time, she got hurt. She got hurt every time. Like, because it's so violent. Everyone's so freaking violent. I mean, not everyone, but there's just a lot of violence. There was a lot of violence from the white people trying to put people in place. And I'm like, if you have to do that, then obviously this is not correct. This is not correct. So anyways, yeah, it's trash. It hurts. It's bad. But I see why it's considered a classic. Because yeah, it does show you some ugliness that, people tend to forget these days. And you have to remember that this wasn't even that long ago. This book was written in like the 70s, I think. So, I mean, you know, she was freer, but there's even like some commentary about people acting like it wasn't such a big deal and stuff. And so even in that time, and I feel like some people are still trying to say that stuff, like, no, it's pretty awful. It's pretty awful. That's not a way to live. So anyways, that was that. But yeah, I think I gave it 4 stars. I have to check. Let's check real quick, because I want to say that's what I did. Because it's still like an easy read. I mean, in the terms of the writing style, not in the terms of the topics. The topics are very hard. But let's see. I think I gave it 4. Yeah, I gave it 4 stars. So yeah, that's by Octavia E. Butler. And I know she has other books that like people are saying. I haven't read her other ones, but I think people are saying like, oh, this is like basically prophetic, or like, you know, she could like call out shit that's already happening and stuff, which is, you know, unfortunate. But there's a lot of books that are classics for that reason. They're either showing you that shit hasn't changed that much as you think it has, or, you know, they're showing you shit that is coming to pass now because people are just so damn predictable. But there you have that. So after that, I read what I guess feels more like brain rot after that. But I also finished Heavenly Bodies, and I really liked this book. So I actually gave this one like 4.5 stars. Like, I have questions, though. There are a couple questions that I had in this book that I'm like, I feel like might have made things a little easier. Because, okay, so, like, our main character, obviously, like, a star, that god, the Ares god, basically, in this world, he wants to kill her. The god of war wants to kill her because of a prophecy. And, like, he can't actually kill her, which is interesting. But I mean, they explain in the beginning, so it's not really a spoiler, but like he can't kill her, and it turns into this whole thing. And like, but she can obviously kill him. Like, it doesn't work the other way. But then there's other things that I don't understand, because like her god, or their star, whatever, is asleep. So I'm just like, did nobody think to just like wake this bitch up? Like, what do you mean you're not gonna wake her up? Like, why didn't we try to wake Pycea up and see if she's going to do anything about this? Like, that's your territory, girl. Do something. I don't know. So I was just like, what the hell? So we just have stars that are asleep, and then stars that are doing whatever the fuck they want, because of course warmongering people are just doing whatever the hell they want. So there's that. And then the thing that made this not 5 stars for me, because, like, I mean, it was fast paced. There was a lot of action in this, I feel like. A lot of fighting, a lot of stuff happening. And then, like, the romance, like, was, you know, I feel like it was kind of going for enemies to lovers, but, like, the enemies part was so short. They were, like, so instantly into each other that it was more like, no, we're not supposed to be together because we're from opposing kingdoms that are, like, have done crimes to each other. But, like, at the same time, that phase lasted like 10 seconds. So anyways, the romance is like, I mean, it's still like a good romance, I thought. But the thing that gets me is, in this book, why are people doing this thing that gets on my nerves? And whenever it happens in books, whenever it happens in TV, it happens in multiple areas. And I'm just like, why are we doing this where there is, you know, there is a danger that we just narrowly escaped, but except we haven't fully escaped yet. Like, it's like if the house is burning, you just got outside, and now you just stand in the street looking at it. But the person that set the fire is, like, about to run out any second and come and chase you. Except we're just gonna pretend. Like, we don't know for sure. And like, oh, yeah, the fire might have gone, we don't know. He might come out and try to, like, finish the job, but I don't know. Like, why are we standing around waiting to get got? I don't understand that. I don't understand. Where's the self-preservation? It's like, as soon as people learn how to use swords and stuff in this, like, oh, I can just stand around and wait for the guy who wants to come here to run out and finish the job. Like, what are you doing? They're like, oh, he's incapacitated for now. You didn't finish the job. You didn't finish the job. Now you're just standing there having, like, a heart-to-heart conversation. This is not the time. Though every single time that people do that in any book or any movie, I am annoyed. That is my pet peeve. I'm like, what do you mean you're still standing here? You are not. You might not be in immediate danger, but it's pretty damn close. Okay? Like, you need to get to safety. then you can have your little heart-to-heart meeting, because otherwise you might be in immediate danger, like here in 10 seconds again. Like, what the hell are you doing? This is not the time for a heart-to-heart. This is not the time to be standing around. And that is the part that I don't understand. What the hell are y'all doing? Why are you doing this? Like, go. Like, I can't concentrate on anything that's supposed to be like all heartfelt and like, oh my god, I'm so young, I miss you, blah, blah, blah. I can't concentrate on any of that because the whole time I'm yelling, leave, get to safety. What are you doing? So they do that in this book and it drives me insane. And it drives me insane. But, other than that, I liked it, okay? I liked it, except, like, for those couple of scenes where they do that shit. I'm like, the fight's not over. What are you doing? People are just standing around like, what? What are you doing? Just standing around watching what the fuck's happening? Like, oh, hit her again. Like, what are you doing? You're there in the fight. Do something. Do something. You're here to fight. You're not here to stand around and chit-chat and have, like, these whole fucking conversations while people are just watching. What the hell? And the prophecy was very convoluted, too. Just for reference, because I feel like some people are going to be confused after reading this, especially with how bad our education system is now. The moon is not a star, homies, okay? The moon is not a star. It's a rock. It's a rock in the fucking air. I think it's considered a satellite. It is not a star. The sun is a star. The moon is not a star, okay? I feel like I need to put that out there just because I have heard so much stupidity from people that are supposedly, supposed to be learning some basic shit in school. Like, how do you just graduate high school and you don't know this? I don't understand. But, the sun is a star. The moon is not a star. Okay? Just, no. You can learn a lot from reading, but technical facts is not something that I would, pick up from that. You gotta cross-reference things, okay? You gotta check things. You gotta reference things from other sources. But anyways, that's that. I liked it. I kind of just like how the world is set up in there anyways. So, yeah, I gave it 4.5. Had they just... there was just a couple little things that kept it from being a 5-star, I feel like. But yeah, I was invested. I was invested in everything that's happening, and I want the second book immediately. I think it comes out in November. I mean, it's already out technically, like, indie published. But I think the Trad Pub is coming out next month. I need to check, because I definitely want the sequel. Also, I think I missed my chance to pre-order the sequel and the matching set in the Fairy Loot set because my unemployment was running out and I didn't know that I was going to be working again so soon. So I did not. I just moved on past that one, and now I'm going to be on the hunt for the matching copy because I ended up really liking that book. So anyways, as far as romantasy books go, or fantasy romance, whatever the hell we're considering that one, I liked it. So very different vibe than Kindred, which I feel like that's what I need sometimes. We just need it to not overlap too much so we can keep straight. Because my brain's cooked these days, I'm telling you. So anyways, I'm gonna finish all of this and take this off and then start the next book, I guess, which I need to start The Next House on Needless Street. Is it The Next House? The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward, I think. Catriona Ward? I'm doing this by memory. But maybe. So that's the next one that I'm going to hopefully be starting. Okay, so an update. I listened to the audiobook for half of The Last House on Needless Street. Oh my god, this book, I am absorbed into it. Nobody is sane in this book. Not a single damn person, it seems like. So, it does switch POVs. So we have a guy who, loses track of time. He has a daughter of sorts that can't walk. supposedly, and basically you just can't take anything he says at face value because he's not sane. It's very apparent pretty early on, I feel like, that he is not sane, and then he supposedly has a cat that also seems a little insane. Like, I'm just like, I don't think his cat's normal either. Like, the cat has a POV. His neighbor, well, I guess she's his neighbor now. She like moved in, but she also gets a POV, and just like she's not fully sane either. Like, nobody is mentally well or like doing good in this book. It is not a fun time to be in that world. But I don't know. Like, it's so insane to the point where I like doubt if the cat is even real. The cat that this man supposedly has, because everything else is literally insane. So, you know, it did take me a little bit to start putting together what was happening, but it does become more glaringly apparent as you continue on, because just everybody is cray cray. There's no sanity. Where is the sanity? Oh my god. So yeah, and he keeps digging up shit in the woods, and then like, but yeah, he'll be like, oh, I think like 3 days have passed since he like blacked out, doesn't remember what the hell he did. He's crazy. He's absolutely crazy. And then like he goes to a therapist, but it's not for the reasons you would think. He takes pills, but then he's always drinking beer, and then like, I don't know. He clearly has trauma because it also flashes back to stories about his mom, and his mom sounds crazy too. And so like she gave him a bunch of trauma, and probably part of why he's blacking out, because he's all like, well, mother says this and mother says that. What? Boy, your mom is not even around. Like, where the fuck is your mom? Don't know what happened to her yet, but something happened. And she obviously left him with a bunch of issues. And he's not sane. He is not sane at all. He's not sane. He even said his mom was a little scared of him, but she's also crazy based on the stuff he's saying, which who knows how accurate that even is. Just unreliable narrator to a T. I don't even trust the shit the cat's saying. And I barely trust what the lady is saying. Like, I mean, the neighbor's the most sane one, but she's also out here like sleeping in bathtubs and shit. Like, girl, what? What the hell? I don't know, man. People are just questionable. Everybody's questionable in this damn book. Like, where are the sane people at in this town at all? At all. And he keeps like going on random ass dates, and you know, they don't really tell you what's happening on those dates, but I'm pretty sure nothing good. Nothing good. Okay. So I'm intrigued and I want to know what is going on. I hope by the end of it it's like more clear, because I do feel like it's like slowly becoming more obvious about what the hell is going on here. And so yeah. We'll see if I get through the other half of the book today, because honestly, I'm just like, I did not expect to get through half of it yesterday, but I ended up getting sucked in, so I think I'm just gonna keep listening to that audiobook and then see what happens. Because I need to know. I'm at the point where I need to know the answers. I need to know what the hell is actually going on. So anyways, we'll see how this goes. So I think this book might be the most insane book I have ever listened to the audiobook of, like, or that I have ever read. It's just crazy. This shit is crazy. Like, actually insane. The amount. So, oh my god, like, it's just crazy. These people, you think one person's crazy, but they're all crazy. There's something wrong with every single person in this book because of various traumas and stuff, you know? It's very sad and messed up, but also holy shit. It keeps getting, like, the more answers you get, the more questions there are. Like, what the hell? And I still have, like, so much longer of this book to go. I'm so scared for what's gonna happen next. Not, like, scared, like, I'm scared. I'm scared for this character. Because... book is nuts. This book is nuts. Okay, I'm gonna continue.
You poor thing. Her eyes are dull brown. When I look into them, I see only a hungry animal. She is small and thin, has no claws, and walks with a staggering limp. She does not shine.
Okay, so reading updates. I got halfway through Lent, and nothing is happening. Nothing. This book feels like filler. Arin still sucks. There's nothing to tell. Arin sucks. Saddle still hate her because she sucks. She thinks everything revolves around her. She thinks people are thinking about her 24/7. They're not. There's not much to say other than this whole book. They're just traveling. They're just traveling the whole book, and nothing is happening. I mean, I hear something is gonna happen at like the very last 2 pages or something, but that's crazy. This is like a 400 something page book, I think, and you're telling me this whole time nothing is gonna happen. Nothing is gonna happen. So anyway, yeah, I'm halfway through, and not a single damn thing has really happened, other than Arin's in her feels about some stupid shit, which when isn't she? So same old, same old. I'm like waiting for this series to actually have her have growth and stuff, because it's not I mean, I guess that's the only thing that's like happening, is that she's starting to realize that Kimais is full of shit. But is she accepting that yet? No. Like, it's there in front of her face, but she doesn't want to accept it yet, and that's like the only thing that's happening. And like, it's happening so painfully slow that it still feels like nothing. It's a nothing sandwich. So anyways, yeah, Glint is, I don't know. I heard people saying that second book is when things got better, but nothing is happening. So I'm still waiting to find out when this series gets good. So anyways, I mean, there is a Queen Melina POV, and that is the only thing that feels like something is being set up to happen. Because right now, nothing. It's a nothing. It's the stupidest shit ever. So anyways, nothing to report there really. So far I feel like I'm just gonna give it 3, because it's not like the worst thing I've ever read, but it's giving nothing. So that's that. And then I finished The Last House on Needless Street. Holy shit, dude. I think I gave that book like 4 stars. And nothing was sane. Not a single damn thing about that book was sane. By the end of the book, I still have questions about what is true and what is not true. The main character does not know either. Like, they have to convince themselves, like, no, that didn't happen, or blah, 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 or this did happen, or that didn't happen. They don't even know. They're still confused by the end of the book. I'm confused by the end of the book. Everybody's confused. It's pure confusion. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what really happened in this book. Other than not a single person was sane. Not a single situation was sane. Nothing was sane in this book. There's not a single sane thing about this book. Nothing. Nothing. Everything is like Delulu to the max. And yeah. This book is like the most unreliable narrator book that I have ever read. Like, sometimes you can kind of tell that they're doing shady shit. In this one, I mean, it felt like there was shady shit going on, but now could I tell you what that was? No. Not really. Not really. So, it was good, and I liked it. And I mean, you kind of get some answers, but also there will always be doubt. There will always be doubt. I will always be doubting what the fuck did I just read. So anyways, yeah, it was an interesting time, and yeah, I liked it, I guess, for it being what it was. And so, yeah, this is where we're gonna end the vlog, and I will catch y'all in the next one.